Welcome to your daily focus, August the 29th, 2022. So the moon opposes Jupiter today. That's a borrow from the future kind of energy. So we have to take care, use it wisely. We'll get to that. Let me start at the beginning. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. And thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Special round of applause. Yay. For my Patreon group that just undergone a 21-day manifestation series. So there was 25 videos. There was 4 or 5 meditations. There was homework every night. I really pushed them hard, and they all are blossoming into whole new realities right now. So wonderful. Good job, guys. Thank you for sticking it out. It's a hard thing to do, is to stick it out. So, and now the real work begins, doesn't it? So if you want to join my Patreon group, it's as little as $1 a month. You would have access to all 25 videos of the manifestation, 21 days of manifestation. But be forewarned, in about 30 days, I think I am going to move it to a level within Patreon. So the dollar won't be able to access it any longer if you're already a member. I think there's ways you can download it and stuff like that too. So feel free, okay? I put it out there so you can grow. It's not about the money. The money helps, though. I'll be honest. The money does help, but it's not about the money. It's about getting the information to you so that you can have your best life ever. So we have the 29 energy today. The 29 energy, learning periods come in under the 29 energy. We try something and we learn a little bit more about it, or we want to go in a certain direction and we start to take in the knowledge that we need. We feel that we want to move in this direction. We find that we can't. We have to learn of new ways to approach. Maybe it's our health and well-being. Could be our love life. Could be our job, stature in the community, the inner us. 2 plus 9, though, is an 11. An 11 is the seer. The 11 is, your intuition is so much higher. You can take so much more in if you ask yourself questions. Contemplate, meditate, pray. Ask God, your angels, your spirit guides. Go within for the answers. But ask yourself, where can I grow? Where can I step into? What would be a good for me? Fill in the blank. Start asking yourself where you'd like to go, what you'd like to step into. We just entered new moon energy on the weekend. New moon in Virgo. It is going to be quite challenging, and it could lead us to the answers that we need, that we're asking. But let's ask and see if the answers can come a little sooner so we don't have to go through that learning period as well. 2 plus 5 is the daily energy is a 25. 25 is about success after difficulties. You know what? I don't edit, okay? I'm human. I make mistakes. I fall over my words. I jump ahead of myself. I fall behind sometimes too. Okay, so I'm just human and I don't edit. I'm just real, okay? I'm just having a cup of tea or maybe a cup of coffee or perhaps a glass of wine with you right now as we talk about our daily focus and what the 29th is really going to be like and how we can walk in the right direction. So we have a 25 energy if you do the daily energy, and that means it's success after difficulties. So this new moon says, okay, we've made it through. So now we are going to not rest on our laurels, but use this newfound success to move ourselves forward even more, even stronger. 2 plus 5 is a 7, so it's standing within your truth. Relationships can be highlighted under a 7 energy. So if you're having conflicts within your relationship, or you've just gone through a real rough patch within your relationship, know that this is a day when the successes can start to happen. But you still have to stand in your truth. You can't compromise yourself away. You can't give a part of yourself away. Unless it's warranted, unless it works for you. For both of you. Sun is in Virgo. Moon, I think by the time most of us get up and start eating breakfast, the moon will have entered Libra. So the Libra energy is a very balanced energy. It's a very fair energy. It's a very gracious energy. But the moon is opposing Jupiter, and so we tend to go overboard with what we want, our pleasures, our feelings, our affections. We tend to go a little bit overboard on this, okay? So we really have to practice moderation today, okay? Because it's kind of a borrow from the future. Oh, I'm going to get that on my credit card. I'll pay it off. Don't worry. And you don't even like the thing that you got because you bought it under an energy that made you want it more and more. We'll get very restless with the energy around us, and using it properly, it could actually improve our situation. So understand what you are craving, what you are wanting. Why do you want that? Ask yourself a few questions about the need for it. What makes it different if I wait till tomorrow to buy it? Why do I have to have it at this moment? Do I need it at this moment? Am I wearing it at this moment? Will I have another chance to go back and look at it again before I really need to use it? You know, really think your especially your spending and your emotions, okay? This isn't the day where you tell them I love you for the first time ever, because you might not have been quite ready to say that. They might not be quite ready to hear that. So we don't want to, just jump right in both feet. We want maybe stick our toe in the water. Sticking our toe in the water is just fine and dandy, but we do not want to jump right in, okay? Overindulgence, not practicing moderation, or exaggeration. We could be exaggerating something so that somebody likes us more, so somebody buys in a little better. Careful, careful, careful. It'll come back to haunt you. It'll come back to bite you. It will. Not on a day like today. We can't. There's days when we can actually exaggerate a little bit and get away with it. Nobody's ever the wiser that we exaggerated in order to kind of win over their support or their love or their energy or their time, whatever it may be. There are days like that. Today's not one of them. Okay, so just state it as it is, and if they turn around and walk, then let them. Okay, other days will be coming. We can reapproach later. So manage your impulsiveness and your hastiness. If somebody asks you a question, even if you think it's really easy to answer, oh, I got that one. Okay, that's what this energy does to you. I got that one. And then you can start talking, and like I did, it comes out like that, and everybody laughs and goes on to a different subject, and you've completely lost that moment where you could have stepped forward in some way, that you could have gained some kind of notoriety or respect or love or support. So we're tempted to overreach in all areas of our life, and I'm telling you to beware of that and really think it through. Now, you might still reach at the end of the day, but at least you've thought it through. So chances are you're making a wiser choice. Okay? Okay, let's go to the cards, see what they have to say. Okay, our shadow card for today is, look at this, the Ten of Pentacles. This is the yes card. This says yes. What you are asking for, what you are planning, what your goal setting is all about. You've got an affirmation here from God, your angels, your spirit guides. Yes, it's doable, and you can have great success going forward. Now, it'll need focus. Can you see all the pentacles? There's 10 of them there. Can you see them all? Takes focus. Maybe if I move my fingers out of the way, you could. There we are. Our first card is the Page of Wands. Oh, dream it big. Dream it loud is what I heard. Dream it loud. Ah, here we are. We stand in meditation or prayer or contemplation. And we think about what we want to create. We lean it on our staff, on our wand, and we think about what we want to bring into the picture. What we want to create our reality as. What we want our reality to look as. How we want to be perceived by others. How we want to grow from the inside out, from the outside in. What relationships we want to bring in stronger in our lives, and which ones we need to push away a little bit. We think about everything here, our spirituality, our happiness, our joy, our love center, our courage, our strength. And as we think and we grow deeper and deeper in our thought, We have a barren landscape to work with. We can put anything there, anything at all. There's nothing to work around. It's only straightforward, one step at a time. And you start to see it as you ask for it. You see it evolving into the reality you want. Your best life ever. Our next card is the Six of Swords, saying it's time to go forward. You know enough to go forward. You know enough to take a couple of steps. So it's time to take a couple of steps. It's time to head out for new adventures, new shorelines, new lands. Opportunities. Travels. New jobs, new careers, new relationships. New shores await you here. It's time to move forward. And the Ace of Wands. So 2 wands and a sword. It's all about realizing the courage, the strength that we have already within us, and our intelligence and our intuition, and combining it all together and utilizing it and taking those steps. Utilizing it and taking a step forward in some way. Of deciding to go in a certain direction, of deciding to want to bring something into your reality, of deciding to set that goal, of deciding to have that celebration in 30 days, because that's what you're giving yourself to get to that goal, get to that success. We have the Ace of Wands here. The Ace of Wands allows us to understand the balance that we need in order to come in. Maybe we need to take a little bit of time away from work in order to apply it to other areas of our life. Maybe our family life. Maybe the time we spend with our friends. Maybe it's the energy we use doing this or that or the other thing, and utilizing our energy, our time, our resources in a way that will move us forward with a balance, with a sense of surety, with a confidence, with a centered groundness. A centered groundness. Is that a word? We'll use that anyways. I made it up. I'm in Webster's dictionary now, I am. Okay, probably not, huh? We'll get a mantra card. So today we have some very strong energy, and it'll make us be a little impulsive. It'll make us just want to do things. It'll make us act before thinking it through. And the thinking through is the most important part of the day. So keep that front and center and conscious at all times. You don't want to just jump into things. You don't want to just say, yes, yes, yes. You want to think it through. And you have to think it through with your heart center, with your logic, and cement those two things together. So you're not all logic, logic, logic. It has to make sense. I have to see it first. Has it been done before? Does it have a track record? To, oh, sure, pick me, I love it. So we bring those two things in together and make a wise choice going forward, right? Okay, look at this enlightenment. Pursue spiritual growth. Pursue spiritual growth. And there's so many ways that you can pursue spiritual growth. And for each one of us, the path can be very, very different, very, very unique, and very, very beautiful. Look at that. Our wardrobe is a rainbow. Our third eye shoots out a rainbow. We have a city of gold behind us. We have a pheasant, a frog, and a tiger there too, don't we? And an elephant. Elephants are tried and true. Intuitive animals. Tigers. Tigers are fast, quick thinking, decisive animals. Oh, that's a peacock. I'm sorry. That's a peacock. Peacock about standing tall, believing in yourself, showing people what you're made of, showing people your empowerment, showing people your talents, your abilities, the unique you, and being proud of who you are. Okay, let's get the book. Uh-oh. Oh, my goodness. It was going to bite me. I got so into the card, I forgot where I put the book right down in front of me, though. Okay, you've come into your own. You're in search of something more meaningful to add to your life. Now's the time to meditate, deliberate, Self-evaluate. Withdraw voluntarily from the world and seek truth in solitude. Perhaps you need a rest, a quiet retreat away from the daily routine. Something to make you back up and allow yourself to consider enlightened decisions and go in the direction of your heart. This may also be a time to seek advice and spiritual guidance from a mentor or an experienced person. The mantra is, I search for wisdom and mental clarity. I search for wisdom and mental clarity. Somebody posted their own affirmation a couple of days ago. I can't even remember what it was. I wish I would have wrote it down. And it was just fabulous. It was just fabulous for the reading. So yeah, please do that. I'll start writing them down and using them as well for us. I search for wisdom and mental clarity. I search for wisdom to bring in more clarity. I search for wisdom to bring in the clarity, the understanding, the knowing. Okay, even though we've already had 4 animals on the board, we're going to do one more. And we have the fox, the clever fox is here. Being swift and smart. Solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Resources surround you, and be open to romance. So you are swift and smart. So know that you're smart. Know that you can be very swift in making decisions and moving in certain directions. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to. Okay, I got a little fox down by the creek, and he comes and he's very quiet. And I know he can be very swift, but he slowly puts his head around the bushes to see if my dogs are out. And if they're not out, he comes out. But if they are out, then he's swift. Then he runs away. So it's being swift at the right time because you are clever to do so. Solutions to problems are easily found. Solutions to problems are easily found. So know that if you put a little bit of concentration into it, ask a few questions, mull it over, pray, contemplate, you will find the answers that you're looking for. You'll be able to make the decisions you need. Trust your instincts. Always trust your instincts. Resources surround you. So what do you need? You'll find them today. They'll come towards you today because you're asking for them. You're asking for them to come closer to you. That's why when you're going to buy the blue Ford, all of a sudden you think, oh, I'm going to buy a blue Ford because nobody has a blue Ford. And the more you think about buying that blue Ford, the more you start seeing blue Fords. You're like, what? Where did they all come from? They were always there. But you never saw them before because you weren't asking to see them. You weren't asking them to come closer and closer to you, until they landed right into your reality. And be open to romance. I would have to say be open to romance and passion. And follow both accordingly. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.